Hey YouTube, it's me, Key, and I'm back with another story time for you guys today. So, today's story time will be about a time where the dude I was with was playing me. I found out that I was a side chick. My bad, I'm making my son something to eat. But I had found out that I was a side chick, so I put sugar in his tank. Yeah, so let's get into the story. Oh, real quick before I start the story, I just want to say this. If I'm super close, it's because I wear glasses. I'm the blindest person I know. I want to be able to see myself in the camera. So that's why I'm super close. And I can't figure out how to hold up my phone sideways. So that's why the camera is this way. But hopefully, that doesn't bother anybody. I'll, later on figure out how to do it. But right now, we're just going to record this way. Oh, and if you see multiple videos with me wearing the same outfit, it's because I have me time right now, so I'm trying to record as many videos as I can. So it's hectic in my household. It's literally craziness all day long, and when it does wind down, I'm winding down too. I'm too tired to do anything. So okay, so let's start the story. So I was with this dude, let's call him Predator. And I'm giving him this name for, obvious reasons. He had lied to me about his age. I ended up finding out he was like some years older than I was. But the thing is, I don't mind dating older guys, but he didn't know that. And he pretty much preyed on me. Like, it's a lot of stuff that he did, just horrible things to me. But maybe one day I'll tell that story. But right now, this is a story about how I found out I was a side chick. So he and I were talking for about, we were dating for about 6 months. I'm going to say dating because I thought we were in an actual relationship. I mean, he was telling me he loved me. Like, he was just doing everything people in a relationship would do. So I thought we were together. So he and I, we live in 2 different states. At the time, I was living in Arizona and he lived in California. And one day, like, I call him and he's in Nevada. And I'm like, what are you doing out there? Like, you didn't even tell me that you were going out there. He was just like, oh, no, it was just like on some, last minute stuff. My cousin had asked me to come out here with him. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I was like, how long are you going to be out there? He was like, I'm just going to be out here for the weekend. I'm like, cool. So like maybe a week go by and he's still there. So he and I were talking on the phone and he was telling me, yeah, I'm just thinking about staying out here. LA, is real bad out there. It's real dangerous. And he just was telling me how he don't really feel safe out there. So I'm like, yeah, Nevada might be, a better option for you. You can find work. And he told me that he was living with he was staying with his cousin and his cousin's wife. So I'm like, well, are they going to be cool with you staying with them? He was like, yeah, they don't have any kids. It's just them 2. They don't mind me staying here. And plus I have an aunt and some other cousins out here. I was like, okay. So maybe like a week goes by and me and my mom, we had got into it. And, she basically told me to leave. So I told him about my situation. He asked for me to come to Nevada with him. I'm like, I don't know, but he was just like, just come, we'll be together, blah, blah, blah. And you could possibly stay with me. I'm like, okay. But even if I didn't stay with him, like my dad lives out there. So I would be, okay either way. So I was just like, all right, well, I'm going to get packed up and I'll let you know when I'm going to leave the house. He was like, cool. So I get there and I end up staying with my dad. I mean, I want to stay with my dad anyways because, that's my dad and I feel comfortable with him. I didn't just want to stay at anybody's house that I didn't know. Plus, I have kids too. So, dude was just telling me how his cousin's wife wasn't okay with it, whatever. And I was just like, I don't, it's cool. Like, I don't mind staying with my dad. But I had, planning on getting my own place, because I knew that I didn't want to go back home to Arizona. And he was just like, yeah, I'll help you find a place, I'll help you with your kids, get you settled in whenever you do find a place, we'll both work on finding jobs and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm out there probably like a week. And like, I noticed something about him, like, he would just like disappear, Like, we're supposed to be together. We're finally in the same state. You're just disappearing, like you're pulling some BS on me. And I'm like, okay, something's definitely off, you know? Like, where are you going? And why can't you answer my calls? You're not texting me back sometimes. It's just weird. So one day he was just completely MIA. And I'm like, what's going on? And he had texted me. He was just like, oh, I'm doing something right now. But I'm definitely going to come see you today. I'm like, okay. And that was the last time I heard from him. Well, that day. So the very next day, he pulls up on me at my dad's house, and he was just like, well, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I'm getting my kids together, and we're going to go to Circus. I'm going to take them out and probably go to the M&M store. He's like, oh, okay, well, could you just, you know, I mean, I want to go with y'all, but could you just ride with me somewhere? I'm like, okay, cool. So he has me follow him, right? I'm in my car, he's in his car. He has me follow him, and he says he's pulling up to his cousin's house because he has to get his stuff because he wants to leave there and go stay somewhere else. Or me and him talked about getting like one of those weeklies, like a place where you can pay on weekly or monthly until, you know, we both find a place of our own. So we both pull up. He pulls up on one side, like I park maybe 2 spaces down from his car, and I'm just in my car. And remind you, it's dark outside, and I can't really see, like, you know, what's going on. I mean, there was no lights. Like, we pulled up in an apartment complex and went to the back of the apartments, and there was like no lights back there, so I really couldn't see much. So I'm in the car just listening to my music, and then, you know, my kids are in the back. We just, you know, I'm just talking to my kids, just waiting on him to get his clothes and stuff. So next thing you know, like, well, I was in the car for maybe a good 30 minutes. I'm like, what is dude doing? I'm like, what is he doing? It's taking him a long time just to grab a couple bags of clothes, because I know you ain't got much. You ain't been here that long. So, I look over because I started hearing some commotion, y'all. I started hearing some commotion. So I look over and I was like, I know that ain't my man. That can't be my man. And I look a little closer because y'all know I'm blind. I look a little closer, crack my window because I have some dark tints. I have dark tints in my car. I'm like, that is my man. And my heart just dropped to my stomach because what I saw, y'all. He's outside by his car, like putting his clothes in his trunk, y'all. And he's literally fighting with some girl. Like, he's fighting. I'm like, oh. He said he lived with his cousin and his wife. Why would he be fighting his cousin's wife? And she's yelling at him, talking about, oh, you gonna do me like this? You gonna do me like this? You got some chiz with you gonna do me like this? I'm like, what the hell is she talking about, bitch? He's like, who? So he just pushing her. They pushing and shoving on each other. Like, he pushing her hard, like pushing her into his car, like, bitch, go in the house, go in the house. And she's like, you gonna do me like this? You gonna leave me after all I did for you? You spent all my money. She was literally talking about how this dude be spending all her money. Like, she just out there crying and he pushing on her. I'm like, oh no, I'm finna go. So the girl, next thing you know, the girl walks up to my car. And I'm like, I was like confused because I'm like, why is she walking up to my car for? So she walks up to my car. Remind you, I had my window cracked. And she was like, so, you with him? I'm like, yeah, like, you know, that's my nigga. And she was like, had telling me how they was together, and he was telling her that he don't really F with me like that, and this and that, just a whole bunch of stuff. So he's on the side of my car with her too, and he's just telling her, go on up fucking house, go on up fucking house. And he's screaming at me, telling me to roll my window up. And she was telling him, no, she's cool, she seems nice, I want to talk to her. I ain't dumb. I know what she was on. Like, nah, you out here doing the most, crying over this dude, and you talking about I seem nice, you want to talk to me? You ain't finna sneak me, bitch. Do I look like Boo Boo the Fool to you? So yeah. So he finally gets her, like, away from my car, because he was telling me, you stupid ass, roll up the window, she finna sock you. Ain't nobody finna sock me. But I'm not finna do all this in front of my kids. Y'all, remind you, my kids are in the back seat. Like, I would never put my kids in no situation like that. Like, never. Like, it was just too much. Like, he fighting with his girl. I'm fighting. I'm the side chick. Like, it was just too much going on, y'all. But I stayed. Yeah, I stayed. I sat in the car because I wanted to know, like this is a show. I'm watching. Like, this is amusing to me. And I'm just shocked because I'm finding out after 6 months, my man is not my man. I'm the side chick, okay? I am the side chick. And I just felt like, damn, like, I'm really a side chick. Like, why does this always happen to me? I could have just broke down and cried, y'all. I could have just broke down and cried, but I didn't. I kept my composure. You know, I was a thug. Like, I was a G. I'm a soldier. I ain't finna cry. I ain't gonna cry. You know, I ain't gonna let my boys see their mama crying, you know. So, I finally pulls off. I leave that, like, after a while, I got bored. She started gangbanging on him, you know. She throwing up her C's, calling him, you know. She just doing the most. I'm like, this too ghetto for me. I got to go. It's racket. It's hood over here. I'm finna go. I'm finna get my kids about this situation. Y'all doing the most. I'm done watching y'all. I had enough entertainment for tonight. Okay, so I pulls off. And then guess what? The first thing I do, I call my cousin, because me and my cousin, we was like super close at the time. We always on the phone with each other. Like, I had to give her the scoop, y'all. I had to give her the rundown of what the just happened to me. Like, this is some drama for your eyes, girl. You need to listen to this. You need to hear me on this one. So I call my cousin. I tell her everything what happened, y'all. Like, she was mad. Like, she was so mad. She already don't like him. She already don't even like dude. She was just telling me, she was just like, he, like, quit talking to him. He don't even know where you stay. Well, I didn't even tell her that he knew where I stayed. Like, he had pulled up that day. Like, but ain't no telling, he couldn't have, you know, he couldn't have remembered. That was only one time. She was like, he already don't know where you stay, girl. Forget him. Quit talking to him. He ugly anyway, girl. He ugly anyway. He making you look bad. And he had the nerve to want to be cheating on you. Girl, bye. So, she always giving me bad. She's always giving me bad advice. I swear, it's like, I have a good angel, which could be like my mom or whatever. Like, I'm talking to my mom or my dad. The good angel. And then, you know, I don't want to say the D word, but I'm going to just say the more naughty, like the more naughty person on this side. And it's definitely my cousin Bree. It's her every single time, because what she told me to do could have got me in a world of trouble. But y'all, so my cousin, she was like, no, that fuck, you need to go back. You need to go back and get some revenge on that nigga, girl. So she was just telling me how I need to drop the kids off with my daddy late at night, like 2 in the morning. She's like, drop the kids off, girl. Go to the store and get you some sugar. I'm like, girl, you really want me to put some sugar in this man's tank? She was like, yeah, girl, he got you fucked up. He got you fucked up. And he ugly. Like, that's how she kept saying. She thought he was the ugliest dude I ever talked to. She did not like him. I mean, he wasn't attractive at all. Like, he wasn't. I mean, when he first hit me up, because we met on Facebook, when he first hit me up, like, I just kept, like, ignoring his messages, because I looked at his picture, I'm like, oh, like, the hell? Like, Gorgonite? The fuck? But I'm like, nah, you're definitely not my type. But we started, you know, to converse, and he was real cool. That's what drew me to him. He was cool. Like, I'm a Taurus, he's a Cancer. You know what they say about Taurus and Cancers? They go together like peanut butter and jelly. So, you know, he was real cool, and that's what made me like him. So she was just, like, saying how he already ugly, so I just need to get my revenge just because he's ugly and he tried to play me. So, like a fool, like an idiot, I listened to my cousin, because my cousin would never tell me nothing wrong, y'all. She ain't gonna never tell me nothing wrong. That's my cousin. So I dropped my kids off. It's like maybe like 1 or 2 in the morning. Was it like 1 or 2? Maybe 12. I don't know. But I remember how I went to the store, and I did go in there. I couldn't get no sugar, y'all. Or did I get sugar that time? I don't know. I think I got sugar and I got Pepsi, because I know you can put soda in somebody's tank and it'll fuck the car up. So that's what I did. I went to the store and I got some sugar and I got some Pepsi because I want to make sure his car never worked again. He's never going to be able to drive around and cheat on women. He's never going to be able to pick up another bitch again in this car. Because I'm the one who took him to go buy the car. Me. So I'm like, yeah, let me go get me some sugar and a Pepsi. So y'all, my cousin, she's still in my ear saying how ugly he is. And I need to hurry up and drive and go back and, you know, serve him. You know, serve him this bad energy that I got on me. You know, serve him this hurt that he gave me. And the thing is, he didn't even try to apologize or try to, you know, explain himself, explain the situation, nothing. So I'm like, he really don't give a fuck about me. He don't care about me. He can't. But you know what this reminds me of? Have y'all seen that Boondocks episode where the granddad meets the lady off of, I think it was like MySpace or something? And like, she was really beautiful in person because he was used to meeting like, you know, ugly ducklings offline. And he was like, yeah, this one is legit. I got the video chat set up. So when she came, she was actually her, but she was real crazy. And then she had that friend in her ear talking about some kidnapping, torture his ass. He want to call somebody crazy? We gonna show him how crazy he is. Like, that's what it reminds me of. So yeah, my cousin was definitely in my ear telling me what to do like an idiot. And I listened to her like an idiot. But yeah. So I put up to a little apartment complex, y'all. Pull up. I made sure I turned my lights off because, you know, the apartment, as soon as you go to the back, the apartment is like right there and they got a window and everything. Like, I didn't want to be seen, y'all. Okay, so I made sure my lights was Look, my hair's ashy. I'm sorry. It's because I wash them. Anyways. So I made sure my lights was off. And then I'm on the phone with my cousin. She was like, make sure you don't park super close to his car. Like, you gotta hide. Girl, tell me why I was like, I parked like maybe, okay. Because the parking lot in the back was super long. His car was parked closest to the apartment. So I had to park super far and then like go all the way around and find somewhere to hide. Hi, son. And then like watch his car and make sure nobody came out the house, right? So I did that probably for like a good hour. Because I would go like walk close and then I'll be like, no, somebody go see me. They go see me. So I go back to my hiding spot. I did this for like a whole hour. She's like, no, you go over there and you do this shit right now. So I was like, all right, chest out. I'm a soldier. I got this. She's like, you got this? I got this. So I walked over there. I'm creepy. I'm creeping. And then I'm like, okay, I got to find which side the gas tank is on. She's like, oh, damn, you know. I'm like, no. So I'm like, okay, it's not on this side. My heart pounding, y'all. So I creep on the other side. I put her on speaker like a dummy. And she's like, just open it. I'm like, I'm trying to, but it's locked. You got to pop it from the inside. Y'all, tell me why I was trying to get the damn gas tank. Tell me why. I look in his car. He's in the driver's seat, passed out, sleep. Like he knocked out, mouth wide open, seat all the way to the back, snoring because I can hear him. He just looking ugly sleep. I'm like, oh, okay, so a girl must have put him out and he needs somewhere to sleep, so he's sleeping in his car. My heart dropped, like it was already in my stomach. But when I seen that man in the car, my heart dropped to my feet. I was like, girl, you could have got me hurt. You telling me you put some sugar in this man's tank? He in the car asleep. She's like, damn, for real? Like, yeah, girl. She's like, okay, yeah, you gotta leave. But yeah, just come back tomorrow and try to do it tomorrow. Because what if this man would have woke up? He would have definitely done something to me. He would have saw that I was trying to put some sugar in his tank and knowing that's the only thing this man got to his name besides some damn clothes. Like, no, you not finna get me hurt. I'm definitely not coming back. So after that, I took my black ass back to my daddy's house and that was it. I mean, of course, he tried to talk to me after that day, but he didn't try to explain himself for nothing. He wasn't apologetic, nothing. He just went on like nothing ever happened. Man, y'all, it's so many stories about this weirdo predator. Like, he just did the most. sadly, y'all, that was not the end. I have so much more to tell y'all, but that's it for this story. I know it wasn't very long, but the whole situation, you know, wasn't long, so I hope I dragged it out long enough for y'all. But yeah, I do have a lot more stories, a lot more juicy ones. So y'all, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy your night.